What's up everyone, it's Kyle from Color Expression bringing you another nail art tutorial. So if you missed my video the other day, I swatched and reviewed the newest collection from Holo Taco, which was their Tea Creams collection. I'm going to link that video up above, but in there I did some nail art, and on my other hand I had a gradient look that a lot of people really seemed to like and want a tutorial of. So that's exactly what this video is today. I am so excited to show you guys how I did this look and give you some tips and pointers on it. If you're new here and you enjoyed today's video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification while you're down there. I do upload 2 to 3 new videos a week and truly have some exciting stuff coming on the channel that I don't want you to miss out on, so make sure that you have that bell notification on. I'm so grateful for the overwhelming support on the last video and just all the kind words that the new viewers and the longtime viewers have said, so just know that I really appreciate you guys and I can't wait to keep bringing you even more content. But now let's get to some gradients. A quick overview on some supplies. I'm using these cosmetic sponges that I got from Target, some Holo Taco protective peel, and a set of tweezers. So the first gradient we're going to be doing is Matcha Maker and See Y'all Later Chai. And so we're doing something a little bit different with this gradient where I wanted to be able to use all 6 new shades from the collection. So I'm actually going to do a vertical gradient on each of my fingers, and what that's going to do is kind of flow across my whole hand, almost like one big gradient, if that makes sense. So you'll definitely see it come together as we get through this manicure. But I started out with my base color of See Y'all Later Chai. I felt like that was the lighter of these two, even though they're both really light, so you could probably start with either one and gradient over it. But then I put on my protective peel, I let that dry, and then I started putting those on my sponge, and I kind of overlapped them in the center just to ensure that we're gonna get that nice mix of the two colors in the middle. Then I loaded that up again, did one more pass over, so this is 2 coats of doing that sponged on gradient. Then we're going to take off that protective peel. I grabbed a cleanup brush, dipped in some acetone because that is my preferred method of cleanup. And then also to get some of that, like a little bit of that latex that kind of stuck off of there, I just grabbed a wood stick, and you can really gently and just push that off. And then we're going to top this off with our gold flake and some quick dry top coat, and our first nail is done. The next 2 we'll work with are Bring Me the Teal and Matcha Maker. So like I mentioned, this is going to flow across our whole hand, so each new finger will have a shade from the previous finger. And I did start out with 2 coats of the lighter shade of the 2, and honestly, I probably could have done just 1 coat because these creams are all so opaque that by doing 1 coat and then gradienting like 1 to 2 coats, I think that would have covered any patchiness, but I did do 2 just to make sure that for the purpose of the video, everything looked really good and like full and nice. But you can see as I'm putting them on the sponge, we are overlapping them in the center to almost pre-gradient them before you just put 2 lines of color like right next to each other. So that's gonna make that like line in the middle nice and muddy, which is exactly what we want. And like I said, for all these, I did do a reload and go in for just a second coat of gradient right after, and then we're going to remove that protective peel immediately. We don't want this polish to start to dry because then it kind of comes off in these weird little like tendrils and like flakes and stuff that kind of just, they make a mess, so we don't want a mess. And something I really appreciated before, but especially while doing this nail art, was how easily these creams remove from your skin. There's no residue, they don't like stain you, there's nothing left over. So I think that for how bold and full opacity some of these shades are, it's really impressive how easy they are to remove if you do happen to get them on your skin. Next up, we will gradient I'm Over Brew into Bring Me the Teal. So this one definitely fought with another one that we'll see in a moment to be my favorite like color combo of these gradients. Something about the way that these 2 combine to create a really lovely shade of purple in the center. Oh my god, it's so nice. And then we're gonna put the gold flake on it. Woof, it's real good. So I would definitely recommend, like, you can totally just pick one of these and do your whole hand in just the one gradient. You could also take these color inspirations and do a different kind of gradient. You could do 3 colors in one gradient. This video is to just kind of help set off your creativity, because there's unlimited possibilities of things that you could do with this collection. Like, Holo Taco made it so all the colors are going to pair so well together. You can throw the gold flake on and it's totally going to change whatever manicure you did previously. So I'm just like, oof, I love this collection. I know that, like, we kind of teamed up and did a thing together, me and Holo Taco, but I really, truly, all the opinions are my own. I think that these polishes work so well, they look so good, and I'm never not gonna be blown away by Holo Taco. I think they're just perfect. The sky is blue and Holo Taco is perfect. That's just how life exists. So if you saw the other video and you saw the gradient in that video, you might say, hey, that combo wasn't a thing. So I had originally actually done I'm Over Brew gradiented into High Tea Hibiscus, but I felt like the contrast between those two colors, like once they were actually on the nail, it wasn't enough, like for what I wanted for this manicure at least. Like, gradienting those two together is super beautiful, but it was almost like a light and then a dark of kind of the same color. I mean, in the bottle they're totally different, on the nail they're totally different, but when you gradient them together they were just super similar. So I changed it up and decided to do I'm Over Brew with butterscotch hop, which you can see they just create like such a nice flow into orange, over like, oof, perfect for fall. And we're gonna put the gold flake on this one again in a moment once we do some cleanup, and you can just see like that totally turns this manicure into a fall manicure. I think that this one, of all the combos, this as a full hand is totally gonna look so good. This or the next one I think are complete full hand worthy, and the last, okay, maybe any of them are worthy of a full hand manicure. I guess I really like how this whole thing turned out, so let me know which combo is your favorite down below. But for me, I think I can't pick a favorite. So our final gradient is going to be High Tea Hibiscus into butterscotch hop, and I really liked this combo. This was the kind of original yellow and pink combo that I had done, and I love how it turned out. It's almost like an end of summer kind of sunsetty vibe instead of fall, just because both of these almost lean just a little bit neon. Like, they're not neon, but if in the right context they could totally look neon. So I love how these two like blend together and just create this nice, bright, just like super fun nail. And something that I hadn't mentioned before was the great part about adding the gold flake onto this gradient is that if you're not super confident with your gradients, or you're just starting out with nail art, or if this is your first gradient, adding that flake taco on over there is gonna do such a good job of covering up any imperfections that you might have, because it's just gonna be an extra layer to kind of not only blend those two colors together, but if there was some patchiness, if there were some little spots that, you know, didn't quite fully blend, those flakes are going to cover it up. And that end result, when you're looking at it from not probably how close you're seeing like this nail in the video. Also, be careful when you're taking off your protective peel. I totally dinged my nail, but I was able to fix it like with a little bit of just polish on a sponge. But like I said, once we put this gold taco on, you can't tell. Even if I hadn't like tried to repair that, you would have no idea that anything happened. So I think this is a great manicure for beginners. And then, you know, we had to oil up our cuticles after all that drying acetone cleanup with this manicure. So I grabbed my cuticle buddy. Make sure that you save 10% with code COLORED10 if you get your own cuticle buddy, which I totally recommend. I'm gonna be bringing the throwback series back soon, which I'll talk way more about cuticle buddy in. But for now, let's just drool over this final manicure, because wow, it's like fall on a finger. I mean, maybe it's like falling a finger, but either way, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think based on the other video, a lot of you guys seem to be super interested in this one, so I'm glad that I got to break it down, like what I did to actually create this nail look. I think in the end, it's so cute and just another like fun fall manicure. You can never get enough of those, right? So of course, let me know down below if you are going to try out this manicure or what you're going to do with your tea creams collection when you get it, because Holo Taco promotes mixing and trying combos and this and that, so I want to hear everything you guys are going to do with your new collection boxes. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below, and even if you think you're subscribed, check that button, make sure that you are, and check that bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. But that's going to be it for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Spooky. It is Halloween.